February 1942. The British Empire's fortress in Asia, Singapore, collapses without a proper fight. 85,000 British and Commonwealth troops surrender to a much smaller Japanese force. Despite having superior numbers, supplies and reinforcements, Singapore falls. It was not just a defeat, it was a catastrophe of leadership and a gateway to horror. In February 1942, the mighty British Empire surrendered Singapore to a smaller Japanese force, and with more troops, more supplies and fortifications, it should have been an easy defense. Yet it became the greatest humiliation in British military history. Why did the Gibraltar of the East fall in just a week? British commander Arthur Percival had over 85,000 troops under his command. The Japanese? Just 30,000 soldiers, tired, undersupplied and outgunned. Still, they marched down Malaya using bicycles and jungle routes, flanking British positions with speed and precision. The Japanese lacked supplies, but the British lacked something worse: will, coordination and leadership. Churchill had declared Singapore must be defended at all costs. He even sent a last-minute reinforcement, the 18th Division from Britain, arriving just days before the final Japanese assault. They landed into chaos, with no time to dig in or change the course of events. Despite Churchill's desperate gamble, British forces collapsed. On February 15, 1942, Percival surrendered unconditionally. No scorched earth, no last stand, only silence. The Japanese captured all the British supplies, ammunition, and over 85,000 prisoners, the largest British surrender in history. Just before the fall, Japanese troops stormed Alexandra Hospital, where they bayoneted doctors, nurses, and over 200 wounded patients in their beds, in cold blood. In the days that followed, the Japanese conducted the Sukching massacre, systematically targeting Chinese Singaporeans, accusing them of being anti-Japanese. Tens of thousands were rounded up, thousands were executed on beaches and remote killing fields. For the British, Australian and Indian prisoners of war, surrender meant torture, starvation and death. They were forced into labour on the Burma Railway, starved, beaten and executed at will. Only a fraction would survive until Japan's surrender in 1945. Churchill called it the worst disaster and greatest capitulation in British history. But it was more than that. It was the death of imperial arrogance and the beginning of Japan's brutal reign across Southeast Asia. Singapore was not just lost, it was abandoned, and its people paid the price in blood.